Shake, then. Shake, get your shake. Shake.
Get your shake.
Come in, Kaylee.
Tight! Squeeze! Hold!
Come in, Kaylee. Lucky, sir.
Hold!
Close it up there. Close your gap, Nat. Nat, drop 10 for me. Come on, Rob. Too far off.
Well, I've always played football from a young age. There was just a local boys team that I started playing for at the age of kind of 6 or 7 and just took off from there. There was no kind of girls teams around, you know, for that kind of age group. I started playing for the local village team and there was only me and one other girl that played. There's a lot more boys that are always interested in football more than girls. From when I was a kid to now, there's a lot more girls interested in playing football. Beforehand, it was very much so football is a boys' game, netball, things like that are more for girls. Whereas, you know, today you see a lot of girls' school teams that are at primary school. There's that many more girls wanting to play football. I don't think it's ever going to be as big as the men's game, not like over in America where, you know, women's soccer is kind of one of the biggest team games out there. And I think that's more just the business side of it over in this country. A lot more people want to go and watch the men play. They want to see the quickness of the game. They want to see all that kind of thing rather than going and watching women play. Women are going out and doing their own thing, you know, fulfilling their own dreams. There's that much more freedom and, you know, there's not that stigma that there's equality wherever you go. In terms of the sport inequality, again, you know, maybe there isn't ever going to be the same interest in the women's game as the men's, but it's a lot more socially acceptable for women to play football.
The Olympics was big, you know, the 2012 Olympics, there was women's football and I think nearly every game was sold out at the grounds that we're at. I know, especially Coventry where we are, they were always sold out. It was like a carnival atmosphere. Social media's made a massive difference to women's football as well, obviously. All clubs now have Twitter. But no, they're definitely trying to expand and improve it, so as long as it benefits everyone, then let them carry on. Small clubs need money, and it's hard to get sponsorship. You know, we've tried for years, and most clubs, it costs a lot of money to run, you know, and we don't get too much backing from the FA, I suppose. So I suppose a fair bit of money would be needed thrown at it to make it just tangible for clubs to run.
Where do you think the money possibly comes from? To fund the club?
The FA got plenty of it, so it could come from them, it could come from... It's hard because we've tried getting sponsors for years on end. We tried getting sponsors and it is hard. We get people who do fund us, which is massive for us, it helps us a hell of a lot, but everything costs, you know, pitch costs, training costs, referees costs, food costs to do after games, you know, tracksuits for them, they all want the best clothing, they all want the best kits, they all want the best boots. You see, in America it's their life. They train in the day, they study, next day they train, they play a game. I think they play twice a week and they play a midweek game and they play at the weekend. You know, we play 2 midweek games here, but we've got people who've got full-time jobs. Their full-time job is football. Why people go out there to play. They don't stay here to play football, they go out there to play football. And they go to university to study and play football. Whereas mine and a lot of teams, we've got mums and, you know, they need to get childcare for their kids so they can turn up. Whereas out there it is, they live and breathe football. So that's the difference and that's why they're the best in the world.
For England, I played at Coventry when I was younger, and then I went to Henley College. They had a like development centre, and then just being seen playing for Coventry, I moved on to Birmingham, and then that's when I got scouted when I was playing for Birmingham. I think with the England international team, it's very similar to sort of college level in the States because they've got the money and the facilities to train every day, strength and conditioning, diet, everything like that, which they do at the higher level in England, is just kind of normal for America because they've got the funds. With the World Cup, obviously it's brought a lot more publicity and hopefully more male teams will get involved and invest in their women's sides so that women's sides are able to train and play like the men's teams. So at the minute we haven't got the money to support the kind of training that we need. playing in the Premier League is one of the highest leagues to be playing in, but because we haven't got the funds, we can't do the training that we need.
I mean, to start with, in order to build English football, soccer up to the same level as America, the national team does have to be successful. Problem in England is whenever there's a women's competition going ahead, you hear loads of people coming out, right, let's get behind women's soccer, let's support women's soccer, equal rights. And it's like they have to kind of make a project from a team doing well. Whereas in America, it's just the norm. England had a really good World Cup. It's really the first tournament that they've done well in a long time. So I mean, I'm hoping that they can progress that. But in America, you're looking to expand, whereas in England, you know, they're on a restricted budget. The cost to play here in America is considerably less than to play in England. But like I said, I do know from working here that it's a lot cheaper for our girls to play, and they get far more from playing in America than you would in England. You do get grants over in America, over here. Not so much from the state, but you get kits and you get other teams will get facilities. Referees are a lot cheaper. In England, you don't have girls-only camps. You have you have general kids camps, and you're lucky if you get 5 or 6 out of a group of 40. I mean, we did a camp today in Boston. There were 60 girls there, ranging from ages of 8 to 14. So I mean, the demand for girls soccer and girls football in America is really high. Just in regards to GPS New Hampshire, I work with. I mean, on the girls side, we have 2 teams per age group. That's going from U8s all the way up to U16s. On the boys side, we have at least 3 teams on each team going up from U8s up to U18s, which we train every single night of the week. Where in England, girls teams, you're looking at 1 practice tops a week. I think because at the age of 18, the players will go off to colleges. Then when they go to college, the likes of the Boston Breakers, all the Major League Soccer teams, they will then pick out the best of the college players, so that's the main goal. But for us, it's just getting on into ability and a standard so they can go play college soccer. With the help of obviously the women's American team winning the World Cup, the women's national team actually earned more money in revenue than the men's team did. But the men's team earned, I think it was something like 5 times more than the women's did, even though they brought in far less money. The top women players, I think it's like that was Hope Solo, Rapino, Alice Morgan, they decided to go on strike and say, look, this isn't fair, and to be honest here, there's not many people that are going against them. In England, obviously men's football is a lot more popular than women's. You see it in crowds, you just see it with TV coverage, etc. So I mean, not really a case for the women in England to ask for equal pay, whereas in here, I mean, you get crowds in girls' college alone of thousands. You know, is there money in girls' football? No. Money in boys' football? Yes. So they'll focus on that, and they'll say, right, we're going to help pay for the boys' academies, boys' football in England. Girls, I'm sorry, going to look after yourself, kind of thing. Like, you can use our name maybe to attract some players, which is what a lot of the women's team do, like the big names. They're not affiliated to the team at all, but they attract the players. You know, so like we haven't got an agenda, whereas in England there's an agenda for money and to be successful. We just want the players to get better.
Put that captain on your call. You ready? I want it loud, girls. To do this 1, 4, 1.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. GPS.
Honey girls, good job. Well done.
Thank you, Coach.